And he had sold 2 of my houses. I still couldn't get him to return my call.
Now, you probably answered this right, but did you get all your lists from the skip thing?
The list I build.
Okay.
I build and I have a couple of sources that I can aggregate from for the other stuff, like pre-foreclosure. I don't make that list anymore. It's so readily available. I just buy it. But and the tax deed, you can get them from the county wherever you're at. Those are easy too. But the probate in every county, I build them. Why? Because I don't like crack. Just remember that Damon don't like crack. On the list. Yes.
My company, we only buy off-market deals. We won't buy on-market deals.
Right on.
I mean, so certain companies do certain things, but I only buy off-market. They're a lot better, a lot easier to work with, and if you get the right ones, they're the gems.
Yeah.
You know, and you can make the good split on them.
That's why we're here. Yeah. Off market. 100%.
Can
Yes.
you tell me a little bit about this daisy chain wholesalers? Because I get listings from wholesalers and, you never know if they are daisy
If they're
chaining
direct.
or.
Yeah. Easy way to fetch that out, and it's not always the easiest because they have to be honest, but you could just say, hey, are you direct to the seller? You probably learned that by now, right? Are you direct to the seller? And they'll say, oh no, but my partner is, or yeah, I got somebody. Then you might be looking at the closing and it'll be like 3 assignment fees if you even get to closing. But I would say, there's only a few companies. One name you could write down, and they're still around. They're pretty good if you're looking to buy for any of the buy and holds or buy and flips. Net Worth Realty, they're good. Josh and his wife, probably like year 2, I started selling them a bunch of deals. And they would, their business, they're kind of like wholesalers too, but they could do a lot of marketing for buyers. So if you're a buyer and you're looking to close on something and hold or do a rehab, they'll make their little cut and they'll go out. So they'll buy from you, but they're fair. I mean, within reason, they'll make their little bit of money. I bought deals so cheap that you buy it and I'll sell it to them and they'll flip it for another 10 or 15 to their buyer, which I don't care. I got my money, you make yours, we're all happy. Yes. Oh no, I will do first. I'll come right next.
Do you build your vacant or absentee owner list yourself, or you kind of?
I don't do a vacant list currently and an absentee list. I think they're great lists. I just don't do them right now. Like I'm not running a campaign right now. I'm just doing pre-foreclosure, probate, and tax deed. Yep, that's it. Yes.
Alright, before New Western, I was actually dealing with Network.
Okay.
And the thing is, from my experience, Network hates realtors. And the reason I tell you this is because they try to sell me a property off the MLS, and they try to assign it to me. It was literally $80,000, they tried to assign it to me for $90,000. I was like, I called them back, I called my agent. I was like, buddy, why are you trying to sell me shit that's on the MLS? He was like, how do you have access? I was like, I'm a realtor. Yeah, I'm sorry to mention that.
Okay.
He was like, oh, after that, I never heard back from them.
Got it.
So if you deal with Network,
They're all realtors. Network, you have to be a realtor in order.
Yeah.
it's like,
Look.
who asked that question? Who asked?
About.
Network?
No, she was asking about daisy chain. And
Okay.
here's what I would tell you. Look, I can only tell you my experience. I'm sure. Well, what I can pretty much assure you overall, and it's a sign of the times. Market's super hot right now, right?
Yeah.
Super hot. Seller's market. Interest rates aren't that all the way that super high just yet. People are jumping in because they want to lock in for a long term. It's hot, so when it gets hot, people start to. There's only so many houses, so you're not gonna make it anymore. So we're all working the same deals. That's why I like the niches that I stay in because I always have, no matter where I am, I can friggin' drive to Kansas. Matter of fact, can I share something personal with you guys?
Yes.
3 people.
Yes.
The 3 of y'all sit up here in the front. So as we're there in California, we're sitting around and we're enjoying the beach or whatever. My wife looks at me and she says, I kind of like it out here. And I'm just like, yeah, it's cool, because I'm always a slow one, right? I'm like, I like it here. She's like, what do you think about next summer? What do you think about like coming out here for the summer? And I'm like, okay, I can see it. It's kind of cool. I definitely wouldn't do longer than the summer because it's crowded in California. Anybody from California? Alright, it's crowded, okay? You think traffic is on like 275? Forget it. 405 makes that look like the highway, right? So we're sitting out there, she's like, yeah, I really think we could do it. So she says, well, what about an RV? Like, why don't we just like go across country and just leave in April, ride out, hang out, the boy will surf, we can just hang, I can do my thing, you can do your thing, and we'll just hang out and just see the country. I was like, you know what? I think we just might. So like we're in talks with that. Like no one else knows. I'm my mom, so don't get your post it. Okay? Don't tell nobody. Don't, hey, this is hard. Don't tell nobody. So that's like the latest. You guys know more than my mother does at this point about my life, okay? So that's like the latest. So it's just like some of the things that, why I say all that is like, this business you can kind of do whatever and take it wherever, and once you get to a certain like mastery of it, I would just strongly urge you to not make the same mistake that I did and thinking that I could do it. Like it's the pride, like we don't want to seem weak or need help, but what you realize is like it's not even about being weak, it's about being proficient. If I were just walking to California and I didn't know the route to get there, this is before Google, I would go and see like somebody that's been there before and say, yo, can you take me to California? And I would get there. But now, I know how it is. You're on the internet, sometimes shit confuses me. I'm seeing like, you got this system. You need this to make your business big. I'm like, sometimes I'm like, do I? Do I need another software to do this? No, you just need basics, human skills, and patience, and the right know-how. That's it. And you will be successful in this business. But it takes work. I'm sorry.
How'd you find your mentor? Where'd you find your first mentor?
Claude, I found him online. Yeah, and he's still there. Promise. You look him up, he's everywhere. But he's fantastic. Best sales training you'll ever get. Marketing's a bit of trial and error, because that's what marketing is sometimes. And the whole probate thing, my mentor's not even in the game anymore. So he's retired. But Ping, all right, we're gonna close things out with Ping, okay? Because I want you guys to hang out too. So go ahead, Ping, take us home. What do you got?
Okay, so for probate,
Yes, sir.
you make a call to open case or close case?
Always open case.
Open case.
Yeah, because closed doesn't do us any good. It's already done.
Okay. So, how old lead you going to
How
send?
far back?
Yeah.
Good question. I usually on probate, I want to be back no more than 30 days.
30 days.
Yeah, reason being is there's a 90-day here in Florida, there's a 90-day creditor period, and within that 90 days, the folks are usually deciding what they want to do. The PR and the heirs and everybody's deciding what we're going to do within that 90 days. As soon as they get to that 90 days, because it's free money, if they just get inherited it, they want that junk sold.
Oh my God, I made a mistake here.
Yeah.
I just ordered Malero for my 6 months.
Yeah.
6 months old.
Yeah, gotcha. So if you start calling all those leads, and look, you just paid for your own education. You know what I mean? Because you weren't here. But
I never use skip tracing. And,
skip tracing.
no,
Yeah.
I do my direct mail.
Yeah. Nobody knows about that, but now you do. So now
Yeah,
you don't
I
have to send direct mail.
When you do your tax sales,
Yes.
would you look for taxes that are 1, 2, 3, or 4 years past due?
Yeah, and usually when they're coming up for sale, they're at least, I think here in Hillsborough County, they're at least 2 years going into 3. Before once they get to 3, they're about to be sold. So I look for anything that's coming up for sale within the next like 60 days. 60 days is enough time that you can get to them and they're kind of like motivated, because before that, if you're out like 6 months, they might redeem it, they might pay them up, they might file bankruptcy and kick it off. So I would say 60 days. That's pretty much when they get into that window, and it's a crapshoot, man, because that to me is like gambling. Like my safe bet is probate and pre-foreclosure, right? my gambling is tax detail, because you could do a lot of work and you could not get anything because they might be all jacked up on their title. They got a bunch of, I mean, that's why they weren't paying the taxes, because they don't give a rat's ass. They can care less, right? But when you do find that deal, you'll get a steal, man. You get a home run just like that for pennies on the dollar, which no one knows because everybody's waiting for it to get to sale. Okay, so hope that answers your question. Yeah. All right. With that, I'd like to say thank you so much. Did you get value from tonight?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna bring Devin back up, close us out, and thanks again, guys.
Thank you, Dan.
Thanks so much. You're welcome, bro.
All right, guys.